Hi, everybody. Welcome to Monroeville as we get basketball underway on this Thursday. Huge matchup between a couple of teams that still have aspirations for the number one seed in ACCC Division II. Hi, everybody. Robert Williamson set to bring you the coverage. Opening possession for Chat Valley. And on the other end of the floor, the opening possession for the Coyotes. And for both, nothing doing in that opening possession. Coyotes putting a familiar 5 on the floor. If you were here on Monday night, same 5 started that one. Taylor Murph, Tiffany Goodman, Tajay Young, as well as Tamira Smalls and Tashana Key. Meanwhile, on the other side of the floor, Summer Hicks, Nia Lee, Zy Thompson, Jermaine Carter-Ransom, and Cameron DaCosta, all part of the starting lineup for the Pirates of Chat Valley. Into the paint to Key. Key off the rim. Rebound into the hands of DaCosta. Game getting started a little bit late. Chat Valley went to the wrong Coastal Alabama school. There are several. There's a Bruton campus. There is a Bay Minette campus. There is a Monroeville campus. And I think their first option was a Bay Minette one before taking the additional 1-hour drive here to Monroeville. Fed down low to Smalls. Smalls with a turnaround, in and out. And we're almost 2 minutes in and still scoreless between a couple of teams who have combined for about 130 points a game. Two games remaining in the season for Coastal North, both against Chat Valley. 3 games for Chat Valley. Obviously 2 against North and 1 against Wallace Selma. Opening points, DaCosta. And DaCosta going to the line. Averaging almost 4 points a game. A 65% free throw shooter. As a team, this is the second best free throw shooting team in the ACCC. Three-zip lead. Nearly stolen away, and it's thrown back onto the floor, but the 10 seconds allotted. But wait a minute, one official saying, well, hold on, it was actually touched by a Pirate, so maybe the 10-second violation has got some nuances, some variables to it. And it will be Coyote basketball. Young putting it in play to Goodman. Young with it, number 2 in the conference in three-point shooting. Murph trying to toss it to Key. It is picked off by Hicks. Chat Valley sporting a 9-0 mark. That's in conference play, 15-6 overall. Coyotes are 7-3 in the conference. And the defending Division II champs, 11-11 on the year. In play from the baseline. Drive into the paint, lost but picked up by Thompson. And is Lee with it. Working it right side, bringing it down low. Young defending, trying to lay it up and in. Murph with the board. Fires back over to Goodman. Into the paint. Great pass to Young. Pirates fresh off a loss after riding about a 9-game win streak into Monday's play. Lost to a GCAA squad, East Georgia State. Meanwhile, the Coyotes in a disappointing loss to Snead State 70-63 on Monday. Well, no matter what happens here, nor in Selma, where Snead State is playing, will it change the four that get in. Pirates are in, Coyotes in, Patriots and Parsons all in. Question is where? As a 1, 2, 3, or 4 seed. That is Smalls near the stripe, and she got the roll. Coyotes grab their first lead of the game. First of a couple of games, the men play next. Hicks bouncing it over to Lee, gives it down low to Thompson. And it's lost in the paint. Smalls picks it off. Fed to Goodman. Cross court Young, left open for the three. She's doggone good at that kind of thing. More than a third of her threes find success. Down low drive by Thompson, a whistle on the drive. And the clock has stopped squarely on 5. I don't think we do the media timeout until we're, at least a second below 5. So we'll keep playing and bring it inside. 5 minutes to play. Into the ball game for the Coyotes is Ariel Gilchrist, and there is a walk. Well, we're inside the 5 now, and we get our media timeout. Well, I don't see anybody headed to benches, so apparently not. Goodman over to Murph. Young to Gilchrist. Murph's got it. Working to the left side, then the handoff to Goodman. Shot clock at 9. Young. Back over to Murph. Shot clock at 3. Air ball on the 3 try, and that will be a shot clock violation. Well, it is possible, too, that the decision was made because of the late start to forego the media timeouts. Thompson with a drive, and she'll get the bucket plus the foul. Thompson, the number 2 scorer in the conference, averaging 14 a game. Megan Odom coming into the contest. Well, forget the talk about maybe skipping the media timeouts because of the late start. Here's the first one at the 4:11 mark.
You've started this journey by yourself, but you won't have to go it alone, because now you're a part of something, a community that wants you to succeed, thrive. Here, you'll discover found family, fellow travelers, Coyotes. That's the Pack. That's Coastal Alabama.
Last home game of the season, so sometime tonight, the sophomores will be recognized at Coastal North. I don't know if that is a halftime or a between-game feature. Thompson hitting 62% of her free throws. Turns it into a one-point game. Young putting up the three. Off the rim. Lee going the other way with it. Feeds into the paint. Thompson for two. And the Pirates reclaim the lead. Murph to Young, working it down the floor to Goodman. Murph with a feed to Gilchrist. Gilchrist got the look, couldn't get it to drop. Rebounded by DaCosta. Sends it to Lee at the 3:26 mark. And there is the drive and the foul. Nyalea, 43% free throw shooter, 5 points a game. Lee getting her 9th start of the year tonight. Pirates a 7-4 team away from Phoenix City. Coyotes a 500 team at home, 6-6 on the year. One of two goes Lee. Coyotes able to break the press. Murph left side, goes top side to Young. Into the corner to Murph. That is Gilchrist with it out front. Murph, little seam, puts it up from just outside the paint. And we're tied at 9. By the way, a couple of basketball doubleheaders tonight. Coastal Alabama South taking on Lawson State. Jared Bates on the call there. And obviously you, Pirates and Coyotes. Earlier today, Coastal South sweeping Reed State in a softball doubleheader. And tomorrow, baseball and softball here. Baseball, Bevel State and Coastal North. Softball, Bishop State and Coastal South. And don't forget, too, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, we want more. I think we need about 123 to get to our February goal of 6,000. So if you haven't subscribed, there should be a subscribe button nearby. And when you subscribe, you get access to shows, games, answer questions, interviews, highlight clips, the whole 9 yards. And you make us very, very happy. We like more subscribers. Lee back at the stripe, second time in the quarter. She'll get both. Into the ball game is Shania Lennox for the Coyotes. And it is Lennox with the toss to Goodman. Back over into the hands of Lennox. Murph down low. Nice feed to Megan Odom. Murph trying to get it down low to Goodman. Drew the foul. And apparently a non-shooting foul. Out of the game goes Ransom. Back into the contest is Thompson. Giving to Murph, brings it out of the left corner. Lennox can pop those threes too, and she will. One Lennox, three, and it's a 1-point game. These teams meeting for the first time this year. Compliments, I think, of weather. Might have been that snow week when things got rearranged. And two teams that should have at least 2 or 3 weeks in between their meetings will have just a handful of days. Offensive foul, hands it back over to the Coyotes. Inside a minute to go. Corner number 1. Murph threading the needle to Goodman. Back over to Lennox. That is tipped by Thompson and taken by Hicks. Off the rim, Thompson with a putback. Into the corner to Murph. Murph taking it baseline. There is a foul. And I'm going to assume, since Lee is complaining she didn't, that she must have, and it is a Lee foul. Gilchrist in play to Murph. Lennox with the top side in a 3-point game. Able to get it back to Murph. Goodman for 3. The bank didn't work. Rebounded by Hicks. That is DaCosta with it. And it'll go out of bounds off the fingertips of a Pirate. And send us to corner number 2 in a 3-point game.
We are the Pack. We are Coyotes. We are Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Pretty good crowd on hand here at the Cooper Center. Monroe, Alabama. Big women's basketball matchup. Into the paint, tipped away by Odom. Loose ball, Thompson gets it back. Up, no good. Another bat around. Murph this time will gain possession. Goodman in the paint puts it up from just outside of the lane. Sent to Thompson, and Thompson just landed on the basketball. Pirates fortunate to keep it. Hicks from the elbow, the miss. Gilchrist going the other way. There is contact, and it will be a blocking foul. Nope. It will be the offensive foul. Well, you have the two officials both kind of looking at one another, and now they apparently are going to summons the third umpire just to make sure that they got it right, I guess, with the offensive. It is an offensive foul. Initially said it was Murph, now clarify that it was Gilchrist who committed the foul. Simply thrown away the intended target, didn't know it was coming. Murph did, takes it, and Goodman hits it. Ransom didn't know the pass was coming. And the Coyotes reclaim the lead. Tipped away from Ransom, able to get it back, goes to Lee. Into the paint to Hicks. Ransom bringing it baseline, got the underneath of the goalpost. Hicks with a putback, not there. Another Hicks board, and this time it is backed out to Lee. Briefly into the corner to DaCosta. Down low to Hicks. Shot clock violation. And it'll be Coyote basketball. Hicks out of the game. Victoria Johnson checking in. Lennox to Murph, down low, trying to get it to Odom. It is tipped into the hands of Lee. Shot to Thompson off the glass. Put back there. And the Pirates by one. Walked out front by Lennox. Thrown away to Murph. And it'll be Pirate basketball. Loose ball, retrieved by Ransom. Lee's got it on the right side. Ransom putting up the three. Rebounded by Lennox. Lennox working into Murph. Gilchrist back over to Murph. Lennox down low. Short on the three try from Lennox. Ransom with the rebound. That is DaCosta with it. Back to DaCosta, then to Lee. Stolen away by Murph. Lennox into the corner. Murph off the rim. Loose ball retrieved by Gilchrist. And there will be a jump ball with a possession arrow keeping us on this end of the floor. Here comes Keys back in. Odom out. Young back in and Lennox out. 6 to play in the half. At halftime, a conversation with Daniel Head. AD of all the Coastals. Murph slides through a couple of Pirate defenders, had the look, couldn't get it to fall. Lee with the rebound. Ransom in and out with the 3. Goodman going the other way with it. Young off the rim. And a 10-second violation. Lee was just kind of leisurely bringing it down the floor and lost track of time. Lennox in and Murph out for the Coyotes. Murph to Lennox. Stolen away by Ransom. DaCosta off the rim for 2. Lennox quickly to the other end of the floor. Gilchrist down low to Goodman. Goodman drives into the paint. Ransom trying to take it away. Jump ball, and we'll go to the other end of the floor. But it will happen after the media timeout. 4:43 to play, half one in a 3-point contest.
When you're starting something new, it's never easy. You're going to make mistakes. You'll doubt yourself. But you're in a place that wants you to succeed, thrive. And soon, it will just start to feel right. Suddenly, you'll get it. Your fear will turn to confidence. First-time tasks become second nature. And what seemed impossible is right in front of your eyes. Because once the light bulb goes on, there's no turning back. You may wonder how you got here, and be glad you did. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Date night. Good place for a date night here in the Cooper Center. Three-point Pirate lead. Thompson makes it 5. Fed to Goodman. Goodman with a turnaround. Tipped out and then taken by Thompson. Lee handing it to Thompson. Back it goes to Lee. Working it to the elbow. Give goes to Thompson into the paint. And once she got by Key, had an open look. And the Pirates will push the lead to 7. Too low to Gilchrist. And it'll be Pirate basketball. Lady Pirates unbeaten in conference play, trying to grab the 1 spot. When you look at the conference standings, Pirates 9-0, Parsons 8-2, Selma 7-2, Coastal North 7-3. So there is the possibility after tonight that we know who the 1 seed is if Chat Valley were to win. They've got 2 games left. Well, I don't know. In thinking about it, we may not be able to determine a 1 seed no matter what. Because Chat Valley's still got Coastal North and Wallace Selma going into tonight with only 2 losses in the conference. If they were to knock off Snead State twice and then beat Chat Valley, even if Chat Valley wins tonight, it would not assure the Pirates the top spot. Of course, the Coyotes still with plans of their own to be the number 1 team in the conference. Odom back into the game, and it will be Gilman out. Young to Goodman. Trying to get it to Odom, then over to a wide open Young, and Young, man, you give her that kind of cushion, she's going to drop 3s in. A 2-point game with 2 minutes to play in the half. Back over to Lee. That is Thompson leading in. Short, got it back. Second try, no good. Wrapped up by Key, and temperament's a little flared. And Thompson will pick up the foul. Coyotes with an opportunity to tie or take the lead. Get a foul on the Goodman drive. That will be charged to Ransom. Way out front to Lennox. Just a little too much on the Young pass, but Coyotes get a break with a Pirate tip. And the Coyotes keep possession. Put in play to Odom. High off the backboard, rebounded by DaCosta. And Odom will bump DaCosta on the way down. That is just the first Coyote second quarter foul. Put in play to Lee. Into the corner to DaCosta off the rim. Lee will pack it out with a minute to go in the quarter. Loose ball retrieved by DaCosta. Hicks, too strong, rebounded by Goodman. Feeds over to Young. Thrown back out front, Goodman gets it. Puts it up. Almost had the prayer answered. And I think we had a jump ball, or did we get a foul mixed in? Well, there was a foul. Charge to Goodman. Hand off to DaCosta. Feeds it down low off Hicks into the hands of Goodman. Lennox the lay in, 23 each. Down low to Hicks. She'll bank it in, and that will get us to halftime. What a first half of basketball. 25-23. It is the Pirates with the lead. But obviously, Coyotes within striking distance. It is halftime. And our halftime feature, Daniel Head, the AD of all the Coastals. Time for another conversation with the AD at all the Coastals, Daniel Head. Coach, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, Robert. Happy New Year to you. Thanks for having me on again. And, we're excited about the 2025 version of the Coastal Alabama Coyotes.
Amen. A happy New Year to you as well. And by the way, I noticed, I'm sorry, I just can't not refer to you as coach every now and then. So, you're a longtime coach, now AD, but occasionally it slips on me.
Well, I have worked my way back. I'm now the third assistant for my son's T-ball team. Mainly, my job is to make sure I've got everybody in line in the dugout to come up to bat, and I keep the scorebook some. So, I still got it in me. The 5-6-year-old. That's about what probably the level I needed to be coaching at. For years, I tricked some college kids for a while, but I've got down to the level that I'm probably more destined for now.
Well, I'm not sure if I agree with that, but congratulations on your new job, coaching wise.
Thank you.
By the way, all right, let's talk about basketball first, because we're really coming into the most significant part of the season now. And though this might be played, later in the month, we are recording it the 1st of January. So let's talk about conference play where the Coyotes are concerned. Coastal South, Coastal North. Really, it looks like, all of them are looking good coming out of non-conference to conference play.
Well, we really feel good about our basketball programs and our coaches that we have running those programs. They've done a great job this year and all season getting their teams ready to go. We have our Division I program in Bay Minette. The Division I conference season starts actually Thursday night. They begin conference play Thursday night, and we host Shelton State and women's and men's here in Bay Minette. So it'll be a good test coming out of the gate with Shelton State, who's been a perennial powerhouse in women and men's over the last decade or two, and so. But we're excited about the opportunity to go out and compete and start the conference season. And Coach Robertson and Coach Yelding have both played a really tough non-conference schedule to prepare their teams for the conference grind. And I feel strong about our programs and where they are. We got both teams are kind of in a rebuild and young, but they're junior college young doesn't mean anything because you got to get ready to play, and so they're ready, and we hope that that transfers onto the court and as we get going in conference.
I should have looked prior to coming on the air or doing this conversation with you, but I know since the renovation of Jack Robertson Arena, the losses have been few and far between, especially for the men's team. Have they even lost on their home floor?
Yeah, they've lost. They lost a couple games this year at home. They played some. They lost a tight game against Pensacola, and I think Pearl River right before Christmas. They had, it was a really good game, tight game, and but they've had a good season. We're really, Coach Robertson right now sitting at 8-4. In the non-con, and then Coach Taylor, and they're 2-1 in conference in Division II in Monroeville. So they're sitting right there at the top of the standings. They got a big conference game Thursday night. Got Reed State, who's kind of the newer program, second year, but that we're right down the highway from each other, so it's turned into a little friendly rivalry, and great chance to start the 2025 conference season with those guys Thursday night. And then Coach Armstrong also, they're undefeated, tied for first in conference. She's there. A lot of that team's back from last year's run, and she's brought some new kids in that have added value to the program, and we're excited about their season again. As they come off the defending ACC and South District champions.
As a matter of fact, I mentioned to Mandy, and last year's squad obviously very good. They win the district and advance on towards the district championship. But I think this year's squad may be a better team than last year's for her.
I think they're more versatile. I think they're still trying to find their chemistry a little bit. They played really well there before Christmas. That was a great game. We've had, we have the coastal teams. We have coastal North and South, and we have a friendly rivalry. All of our coaches, they're peers. They have great relationships, but it is kind of cool when we get to play each other. And so they've both played a home and home in the non-conference, and both the women's games went in overtime, and both the home team won both overtime games. So that's been a really cool little rivalry there. And then the games between the men's games have been really, really intense and great games also. So it's been fun. That's the cool thing. Everybody's like, oh, you play each other. Well, we got good people in our organization that, we all, we understand and respect each other, and it's fun when they get a chance to compete against each other. And except for me, because, now I don't know whether to cheer for everybody or not cheer for anybody.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the thing where I'm kind of stuck on so I just kind of try to do the best I can to blend on those games.
To be neutral. Huh?
Yes.
Baseball, softball coming up at the end of the month. So we've got that time of the year where we're blending sports. And interesting concept where Coastal North is concerned, because Coach Griffin is calling it a career at the end of the year. Isn't it a little unusual to blend coaches, which I like it? I mean, to me, it kind of smooths that transition. But isn't that kind of an unusual concept?
It is. But that was something that, Dr. Milner, our president, really thought that would be the best path for us to move forward, to keep continuity with our organization. Bruton baseball has gone, those kids and that program they've been dealt a lot of adversity over the last few years, there with we had the consolidation and, the changeover. And then we had Coach Blevins and his passing, and it was just awful. And those kids went through that. And then we had an interim coach. Then we had another coach for one semester. And then Coach Griffin, came back to really an opportunity to give back to the program that he helped build, help build. And so we didn't want to lose that momentum, especially coming off the championship season last year. And we feel like we've got another solid team in place in Bruton this year. So the worst thing that could happen is, Coach Griffin retire at the end of the year, and then we go through a 2-month coaching search, and then you got players that may not want to come back or leave, and you have no continuity. And then the recruiting cycle, how can you recruit when you don't have a head coach that's going to be there? So this was a win-win for us. Right now, Coach Matt Collins is our new going to be the head coach after the season, and he's been dynamic, hitting the ground running and recruiting hard. And he and Coach Griffin are the coaches there this year. He's the assistant. Coach Griffin's the head coach, and basically he's the associate head coach. They are working hand in hand. Coach Griffin's letting Coach Collins basically make all the decisions about the future of the program, facility, anything he wants to do, and then they're collaborating on how to be the best program they can be this year.
Going over to baseball in Coastal South, you've got Coach in his second year now there at Coastal South, and was right in the thick of things, about a couple of weeks out of the end of the season last year. So he's kind of already built up this level of expectation for Coastal South.
Yeah, J.D. Pruitt has done a great job. Last year, he took over a program there about a month before school started. That was kind of, we had a lot of our coach the year before knew before the end of the year that he wasn't going to be back. And that's kind of what we learned from, I'll be honest with you. We went through that situation. By the time we had someone hired, there was a 3 or 4 month gap. And it really, Coach Pruitt came in last year, and it was, we were trying to put a team together really fast, and they had a good year. I mean, they overachieved in my opinion. They were in the top 2 of the conference for probably 3/4 of the conference season. Ended up finishing, I don't know, 3rd, 4th, 5th, somewhere in there, and made the tournament, and then lost 2 one-run games to the 2 teams that were in the finals, and beat the number 2 seed on the first day, Snead State, that had been a perennial powerhouse. So I think he got some people's attention last year. So I'm sure they'll be coming after him. He won't be underestimated this year. So they'll probably get everybody's best bullet, and they need to be prepared. But I'm betting on them, and they've got a good looking group. They're young, 33 freshmen, but as I said, young doesn't mean anything in junior college. You got to get ready to play. Those guys you're going to have to count on those guys to win, and that's not going to be an excuse. And he knows that, and I know they're not going to make one. They're going to go out and get ready to play, and we're excited about that program.
Going over to softball, Coastal South. Let's start there. Coach Mallory Radwich, to me, has got one of the premier JUCO facilities, and she's put together one of the premier JUCO softball programs.
We will have one of the premier JUCO facilities in about a year. When we get our indoor facility built here in Bay Minette with their stadium and all that's nice. But what we're about to do with the indoor baseball, softball, and locker rooms and all that, that's going to be something that if you're a student athlete and are interested in coming to play baseball and softball, you want to check this out. This is an opportunity you don't want to miss. This is, just from a player development standpoint, the things we'll have in there, and then the nice facilities to be able to work out of and maximize the resources to be successful. But Coach Radwich doesn't need any help. I mean, she's awesome. I mean, they've won. Last year they finished 2nd place in the conference 3 years in a row. Before that, they were conference champions. They were runner-up in the tournament the year before that. She's got I really liked her team this fall. Good group of kids. They play well together. So I'm excited about their 2025 season coming up, and I know they are as well.
And speaking of renovations, in my conversation with Dr. Milner, suggested there have been some improvements too at Coastal North in the softball facility there.
Absolutely. Every facility has had some version of an upgrade, and there are some that are still in the works. But we've gone in and done some things there with the softball facility, the dugouts, replaced all the boards and painted and lighting, and same thing to the cages. And, we've got our fields are in great shape. We just took on a new company that's managing our turf management. And they're doing a great job. Max Siebert out of Pensacola has done a great job. Our fields look like major league fields right now, and he's the reason for that. And he's actually an alumni, former coach at Bruton, and so it's kind of cool that we have a guy like that who's also a high level scout with the San Diego Padres at the major league level. So it's kind of cool that those things happen there. But we're the Bruton softball. I mean, the Monroeville softball. They came off a disappointing year last year after a run of, 7, 8, 9, 10 years in a row of being in the tournament. That's going to happen over the course of time. Sometimes it's just not going to work. But they had a really nice fall. They got better every week as the fall went on. And Coach Childress is, does a great job. She's been in coaching, 25 years or more, and she knows how to win and knows what it takes to be successful. So we're proud of what we have there and are excited about their season coming up also.
We've got 90 seconds, actually about 60 seconds. So talk about the other sports that start this spring.
All right, we've got Monroeville tennis, men's and women's tennis, and they're in their 2nd year. I think we're excited about the improvements from year 1 to year 2. They had a nice fall, and they're definitely better. We've already had our first sophomore sign a scholarship, and that's Craig Blevins, who's Darryl Blevins' son, who's actually a member of our Monroeville tennis team, which is cool. He's signed a scholarship to go on and continue his career and play college tennis at Blue Mountain College, and we're excited about that. And Coach Cowery Allen, they've been to the national tournament the last 2 years and have fared well, and we're excited about I think they're better this year, so we're hopefully can have a chance to get over that hump for a state championship. And then we have men's and women's golf in Bruton. We're hosting our first golf tournament this spring in Bruton, and that's going to be a really cool thing for that community and that program. And then Lee Huggins down in Bay Minette, the golf program is back, and they're getting ready to go, and we're excited about this spring. So it's upon us. We have all of our sports rocking and rolling right now, and it's a busy next few months, but we embrace it and are excited about all the things we have going here at Coastal.
Coach, you and I will talk again soon. Great to have you as our halftime guest.
Thank you so much, Robert. I appreciate all you do for Coastal Alabama, and go Yotes.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back as we get half number 2 underway. The only thing that separates these two after 20 minutes of basketball is a mere bucket. And in the first half, nobody grabbed a double-digit lead. Tied up at 25 on the opening possession of the second half. So when a couple of teams are battling for the top seed in the postseason tournament, you expect what we've gotten this afternoon. Same starting five on the floor for Chattahoochee Valley: Hicks, Lee, Thompson, Ransom, and DaCosta. And the same is true for the Coyotes, with Murph, Goodman, Smalls, Key, and Young. 25 each. Taking a baseline, Thompson, and she's able to bank it in. Well, the game got a little bit of a late start, which would lead one to believe that the men's game will get a little bit of a late start. Murph with a drive off the glass. Rebounded by Thompson, and then Murph trying to reach from the backside, take it away. But it winds up in the hands of Lee. I believe the biggest first half lead was either 5 or 7. Perimeter 2 from DaCosta. Give it over to Goodman. Murph to Young. Shot to Goodman. And Goodman will draw the foul. Both of these teams 500 on Thursdays. Coyotes are 2-2. And the Pirates are 3-3 when playing on a Thursday. Goodman averaging just under 10 a game, a 60% free throw shooter. The number 5 free throw shooting team in the conference. Coyotes and Pirates, the number one team in the conference in a couple of different categories. Pirates are number one in points per game and field goal shooting. Coyotes are number one in three-point shooting and rebounding. Knocked down by Thompson. Goodman picking up the dribble. Young with it. Out front it goes to Murph. Murph trying to slide through defenders, lost it. And there was a jump ball with a possession arrow keeping it on the Coyote end of the floor. Young to put it in play. Pirates haven't lost a conference game. Coyotes have lost 2 to Sneed State, 1 to Wallace-Selma. Wallace-Selma with a couple of games as it is knocked down. Smalls with a bucket and Smalls to the stripe after the foul. Wallace-Selma has 2 against Sneed State and 1 against Chat Valley left. And one of those against Sneed State tonight. Chat Valley. 1 more against North remaining on the schedule, and then a outing against Wallace-Selma. For Sneed State, they've got just 2 games left. Both against Wallace-Selma. It is possible that a coin toss determine the seeding. Now, the Coyotes don't want that to happen. But if Wallace-Selma loses to Sneed State twice and Chat Valley, their 3 remaining games, and Coastal North loses both games to the Pirates, then you are looking at a coin toss to determine the 3 and 4 seeds. Now, that's not the only tiebreaker, obviously. Thompson coming up with it. Smalls wrapping it too. First tiebreaker is head-to-head. Second tiebreaker is to look, if head-to-head doesn't determine a tiebreaker, look at the teams and how they fared against each team in the conference, starting with the top and heading southward. Well, if we do finish with a scenario with both Wallace-Selma and the Coyotes at 7 and 5, they would have lost and won against the same teams. So that tiebreaker wouldn't work. Now, obviously, the Coyotes don't want to get into a situation where a coin toss determines their seeding. And they've still got a chance at the number 1 spot. Do need a little help. 10-second violation on Murph. Coyotes have got to knock off the Pirates twice and then hope that Wallace-Selma beats the Pirates. But they've also got to hope that Wallace-Selma beats Sneed State. And all of that possible. Knocked down by Thompson. Down the floor to Odom, given to Goodman. Left open is Lennox for the 3 off the rim. And it'll be Coyote basketball. But again, here's the good news for Pirates, Parsons, Patriots, and definitely Coyotes. They're going to be taking a trip to the University of Montevallo next week. That is a given. Lennox with a pull-up jumper. It's a 1-point game. Lee walking into the timeline, Lennox defending. Thompson with a rebound, got fouled by Odom. Zion Thompson, number 1 in the conference in shots from the floor, number 2 in the conference in scoring. Makes her first. Men's game has implications too. There is a possibility that Chat Valley would not get in. All they got to do is win a game, and they're pretty much guaranteed a spot. But they got to win a game over the course of the remainder of the season. Meanwhile, for the Coyotes who win tonight, and you've wrapped up the number 1 seed, which is even more significant for the men because 1 and 2 get byes. There are 6 teams in men's D2 ACCC basketball that advance. There are 4 in women's. Goodman for the tie, and does with 5:03 to play in the third. $34 each. It has been a very good ball game. Thompson to Lee. Down low with a feed, and the 34-all game is now 36-34. Lennox threw it away. Lee's got it. And she'll get fouled by Young. And that will take us to the media timeout. 4:27 left, quarter number 3 in a 2-point game.
We are the Pack. We are Coyotes. We are Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Niall Lee, 5 points a game. A 43% free throw shooter. Pirates 15-6 on the year. Lost on Monday to East Georgia State, which is the current number 3 team in the GCAA, but the defending GCAA champion in women's basketball. It does in the GCAA, as Lee will commit the foul. Look more and more like South Georgia Tech is going to finish the regular season as the 1 seed, which means they will have the privilege of hosting the semis and championship. And we'll be there to cover Georgia as well. Missed by Goodman, retrieved by Thompson. Lena Thompson. Back it goes to Thompson, trying to bank it. And you got a couple of bodies on the floor trying to grab the rebound. Possession arrow will belong to the Coyotes. I tell you, there is one thing that is definitely this year different for the Pirates as compared to some prior years when we have covered them. There's not much depth. In years gone by, boy, there was just a rotation of different players in and out. They've got a player on the bench, and that is it. Lennox, a 61% free throw shooter. That started one game this year, but very key to the success of these Coyotes, averaging 9 points a game. Typically your first off the bench. Goes 1 of 2. Fed down to Thompson. In and out, tipped out by Goodman. DaCosta gets it. Goes to Lee, and finger is pointed at Young. It is Goodman, though, that will commit the foul. Brought in for the baseline by Lee, puts it in play to Thompson. Leans in, short, got it back. And Odom swatting it from the back side. Goodman committing the foul from the front side. And let's see how many that is on Goodman. It's at least 3. Haven't seen the scorekeeper indicate. Definitely not 5. May not be 4 unless she comes out of the game, and it looks like she could. Coach Mandy Armstrong backing her way down the bench and has just anointed Key. So let's see if she comes in for Goodman. Nope, she's coming in for Gilchrist. So that would lead me to believe that Goodman's got about 3 fouls, not 4. I think if she had 4 here in the third stanza, she'd be coming out of the game. Foul on the Goodman drive. Goodman, a mainstay a year ago when Coastal North won D2, won the district, advanced to the Nationals. Rebounded by Hicks. Coyotes love the experience and would like a return visit. I think the national was in Missouri, if I'm remembering correctly. Thompson with a jumper. Goodman walked with it. Pin down low to Thompson, and Thompson turning the corner on Keys. And the current 8-point lead, may be the biggest of the game, stolen away. And then given to Giddens, and Giddens lays it up and in. Double-digit lead, prompting a Coyote timeout. 2:07 to play in the third. And Pirates push it out to double digits.
When you're starting something new, it's never easy. You're going to make mistakes. You'll doubt yourself. But you're in a place that wants you to succeed, thrive. And soon, will just start to feel right. Suddenly, you'll get it. Your fear will turn to confidence. First-time tasks become second nature. And what seemed impossible is right in front of your eyes. Because once the light bulb goes on, there's no turning back. You may wonder how you got here, and be glad you did. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Thrown away by Lennox, thinking Key was going to break baseline and didn't. And it'll be Pirate basketball, inside 2 to play here in quarter number 3. Giddens out of the corner, given the lead. Lee steps inside the arc. Drops in the long 2, and the lead goes to 12. Goodman accelerates. Comes up short on the 6-footer. Lee with it, and she'll hit the 3. Left wide open, and she'll drop in the 3 ball. And the Pirates expand the lead to 14. Jumper from Lennox. That'll go out of bounds off Hicks. A lot of these statistical leaders here. 1 and 3 rebounders in the conference. With the Coyotes, Smalls and Key. Young off the rim. Giddens saves it back onto the floor to Lee. And she'll come up short in the paint. And commit the offensive. You got the 2 and 3 scores on the Chat Valley squad. Thompson 2, Younger at 3. DaCosta with a steal. Give it over to Hicks. Trying to put it through a tiny window. Goodman's got it. Can she get points before the half ends? Off the glass. And the Pirates take a 14-point lead into the fourth.
There once was a young coyote.
You're fired.
He found himself ill-suited for the jobs of the world. He struggled to compete in the corporate environment.
Yeah, this isn't working out.
And failed at the simplest of tasks.
I think I'm gonna have to let you go.
No matter how hard he tried, his coyote hands were just not meant for regular jobs.
That guy is fired.
Until one day, when he was hired for the perfect job. To become a mascot. And then he found the place where he could thrive. Find the place where...
Hicks with the 2. The lead will go to 16. As we get fourth quarter action underway, Murph into the paint, blocked. Thompson able to get a piece of it. DaCosta on the other end. Back to Thompson. Thompson the bucket and the foul. So Thompson, who got her 18th start of the year tonight, has started every game she's played in with the exception of one. Goodman with a walk. Nine to go in the game. Three-pointer off the rim by DaCosta, put back by Hicks. And the Coyotes have just gone on a dry spell with that lethal combination with the Pirates going on a scoring binge. Odom back into the game. Key coming out. Lee to put it in play from the baseline. Gets it to Thompson. DaCosta over to Lee. Lee with the drive. Feed to DaCosta. DaCosta with a perimeter 2. Came up short. Giddens the rebound. Swatted away by Murph. Battle for the loose ball. And you got a jump ball. We'll go to the Coyote end of the floor. Coyote basketball, 8:24 to go. In play to Murph. Nearly taken away, but Goodman able to come up with it. And there's a reach foul by Giddens. That is just the first foul in the fourth quarter for the Pirates. Coyotes have committed 2. Foul committed by DaCosta. And Goodman trying to get the Coyotes over this 36-point hump. They've been stuck here for a bit. Off the rim for Goodman. Couple of Goodman misses. This run is at least 17 straight. It was 40-36 before the Pirates began the run. And they got a timeout on the floor. 7:44 to go. And a 21-point Pirate lead. Just about all white, Jones County. Diving catch it, shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. I like the, do we call it mufflers? Scarf? It's probably a more official name. Definitely looks warm on a chilly night here in Monroeville. Temperatures tonight into the mid-20s. Thank goodness we are indoors. Thompson misfiring, shot clock irrelevant. Goodman with the rebound, gives it over to Murph. Got away from Smalls, Lee with it. Takes it to the glass for 2. Coyotes looking for their first fourth quarter points. Goodman into the paint. Odom. Off the rim, rebounded by Giddens. Fed down low, tipped away by Goodman. Over to Smalls, and there, at the 6:33 mark, is the first fourth quarter field goal. Into the paint, off the window for Thompson. Excellent ball movement. Smalls' second consecutive possession that she scores from down low. Off the rim with the DaCosta three. And a struggle on the floor for possession. Jump ball, and will stay on the Pirate end. In play to DaCosta. Contact, and let's see who initiated it, Murph or DaCosta. And it apparently will be Murph. Well, I didn't think she was in the act of shooting when fouled. And now they do bring it to the baseline. In play to DaCosta. Gilchrist into the game. Let's see if it was Gilchrist that committed the foul. That is going to be Murph. So DaCosta, who started her 13th game of the year tonight and is a 65% free throw shooter, missing the first. Most points scored by the Pirates, 100 against Reed State. Most allowed was the 66 given up to Lawson State. Coyotes' best offensive performance was 79 against Wallace Selma. And the most allowed was an 82-point night by Pensacola Christian. Lennox coming up with a loose ball. Lennox to Young. Back over to Gilchrist. Hops to the stripe and drops in the one-hander. Lee with the feed down low. Giddens dropping it in. Nearing the 4-minute mark. Goodman with a miss, rebounded by DaCosta. Fed to Hicks. And then back out front to Lee. As the Pirates start to work the clock. Down to Hicks. Off the rim. Rebounded by Ransom, and they've got 20 more seconds. Lee with the drive. And she'll bank it. Fan to Goodman, given over to Gilchrist. Nothing at the elbow, hands it to Goodman. Lennox thought about the three. Young's open for the three. And she will hit it. Stolen away by Goodman. To the glass with a lay-in. And is tipped out of bounds by Smalls. Thompson back into the game. Hicks will go out. And apparently prior to the 5-minute mark, the timeout taken was combined with a media timeout, so we won't have any more. Young stepping behind the arc, off the rim with the three. Thompson with a board. Gives to DaCosta. Thompson off the rim. Goodman rebounds. And there is a collision. It'll be a Goodman offensive foul. And Goodman a little slow getting up. Apparently pulling something in the back. The medical trainer coming over, and Goodman probably going to get the rest of the night off. They'll tend to that stiff back. Hope to have her back on Monday, and then, of course, next week at Montemount. Semifinals on Friday, championship on Saturday, and the Coyotes hope to be playing in both. They'll be playing in the semis, definitely. But they want to be playing a little basketball in the championship too. It's a lean in by Gilchrist. Women's basketball town in Bay Minette. Coastal Alabama South knocking off Lawson State 69-66. With a men's game coming up. Here, a minute 42 to play. Then a break in the men. And it may be a little late getting the men started because I believe we're going to do our sophomore presentations prior to that game. I don't know how many guys are sophomores, but there's about 5 ladies. And I believe that'll happen in between games. Thompson hitting it down low. Murph with the drive. And Murph with the 2. Well, it was a tight game until about that 20-0 run. And the Pirates created the separation. And they've pushed that lead back out to near 20 at 19. Fed to Murph. And Murph gets fouled. So Murph trying to slice into this lead. DaCosta coming in. Giddens out of the game. Murph, a 61% free throw shooter. Getting her 22nd start tonight. Acosta with the rebound after the misses. Lee with it out front. There's about a 5-second differential between game and shot clock. Shot will come just after the buzzer that acknowledges the end of 30 seconds. And let's see if the Coyotes opt to do anything. Lennox off the rim. And there's your final score. 70-51 final. Pirates will remain unbeaten in conference play and go to 10-0. Coyotes in the conference 7-4 and fall below the 500 mark overall at 11-12. Game 1 of 2 in the books. The men take to the hardwood next. That should happen in roughly 20 minutes, unless, of course, we've got some sophomores to recognize in between, which I think we will. So it might be more like 25 or 30 minutes before we get back to the basketball. But you'll get it right here on JockJive.